the last very class, right? Acha, let me repeat few things and then we will continue it up because we had not finished it up, so we will be continuing it. First very thing in the function of teacher by Bertand Russell, what he says, he is basically criticizing the current educational system, right? What he does, according to him, he thinks that the manner in which, like in the simple words, the manner in which the thoughts are imposed into the minds of students is not correct thing, right? What he also has given the example of two countries. What were those countries? Germany and Russia. Like according to him, like in Germany, the Germany and Russia, they do have that type of education system that the student, they cannot argue with anyone. They do not know what is going on beyond the like borders of their own countries, because whatever government want them to learn, they only learn that very thing, right? Acha. Then what he says, he asked for the liberation of the teacher. From what? From the intellectual bondages. Intellectual bondages which are imposed by the government. Like the teachers, according to him, should be free intellectually, so he or she should deliver whatever is real, whatever is truth. The intellectual bondages should not be there. According to him, the education should never be dogmatic. Dogmatic means I am right, you are wrong. So one person, it should not be that teacher is telling them that this very thing is right and that's all the things are wrong, right? As if we see in the some of our institutions, I will not call them, but the thing is that we are right, you are wrong. Rest of the world is wrong and we are right. Whatever we do, that is right. So this type of education Russell is against. Acha. Then he says that the teachers should be free to teach what they please or what they think is right, and in the manner what they think is right. Getting? Yes. Like teachers should be free. He's like, we can say he's talking about that time like Aristotle and the Plato, that type of teachers. What they used to do, they were like how the Aristotle used to teach. Do you people know what type of lectures Aristotle used to do? Like Aristotle, basically, he did not sit in the classroom and started giving the lecture. It is said about Aristotle that he kept on like walking, doing his work, and keep on saying the things. And students were after him, and they kept on writing them. They used to come from so far area just to listen what Aristotle is saying, and they keep on noting them down. Fine, na? So I am not saying that teachers should. Russell has said that teachers should teach like this, but according to him, whatever the teacher thinks is right, he should be free to teach that thing to the students, and the other thing, the way in which he wants to teach. The way he should also be free in that, right? Acha. What else he says that? He says that that very thing, the teacher, the duty of teacher is to teach the right kind of knowledge. Now here the question is, if the teacher, here the question can be arises that if teacher is left free, so it becomes dangerous then, that what type of knowledge he will be inculcating in the minds of students. If someone let me free, someone does not give me the syllabus or whatsoever, so now that it is up to me, I might inculcate some negative type of knowledge in your mind. So for this very thing, Russell says that it is the duty of teacher to give the right kind of knowledge. And the second thing, develop the right kind of emotions. Right kind of emotion. I am delivering something to you. I am teaching you something, and I am teaching you that very thing, but I am trying to inculcating negative feeling among you about that thing. Yes? you about the what is that, like America, anything, huh? We are talking about that very thing, and I am making everything negative. I am trying to inculcating, I'm giving you the right kind of knowledge, but the emotions which I am inculcating in you, they are wrong. I am telling you what is Afghanistan and how the Afghanis are true, right kind of knowledge, but I am inculcating emotions, not right emotions into you. It is also dangerous.
Yes.
Fine.
So teacher should be neutrally and give teacher neutrally.
Yeah, right kind of. Neutrally means, here he means that right knowledge and right emotions. Right? He should keep the right knowledge, right kind of knowledge, and he should develop the right kind of emotions. Right? Acha. Then he said that the teacher should develop the feeling of tolerance among the students. Tolerance. He should let them understand and let them have let them know this thing, that what the tolerance is. They should tolerate each other, and teachers should not develop intolerance. Right? Getting me?
Yes, yes.
He should try that the intolerance should not take its roots in the minds of the students. He should prevent this thing too. He should develop tolerance, and he should try that the intolerance should not enter in the minds of them. Yeah.
What do you think? Is it possible in our country? Impossible.
It is not possible in any country. If I tell you, see, internally he or she is motivated, not from external sources. Right? If you an inner creative impulse should be there. If I'm teaching you according to Russell, so from inside I should feel that I want to do it. I want to take you in some direction, from inside this thing should come to me. It should not be imposed on me by the government. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Acha. What else he said? He said that no man can be a good teacher unless he or she has warm affection for the student. Right? Until you do not have warm affection toward your student, you cannot be a good teacher. Right? If you are indifferent, if you don't have any type of feelings, if you don't want them to be good, so you can't be a good teacher. And if you would have noticed this thing, you can even observe this very thing. I had observed in my own teachers that the person who was affectionate, the person who wanted to give me something, so the personality tells you. There are few teachers whose personality tells you that, and there are some whose personality tells you that they don't have any type of affection towards you. He does not want to give you anything. Right? So this very thing is told by Russell. And the second thing which he said, that the teacher must have a desire to impart knowledge, his knowledge to the people. Right? That day I have told you about one of my own teachers, that the person was an ocean of knowledge, but he never gave us anything. And we were like, he knows so much and never. Right? So this is the thing. Some people are very miser about their knowledge. Right? So such person cannot be a teacher. He is still, I'm saying, he is an ocean of knowledge and he is not ready to give. So how would I remember him as a good teacher? I can remember him as a good, having a knowledgeable person, but not as a good teacher. Right? Because he was not willing to give. So according to Russell, A teacher should have desire to impart knowledge, then he is a good teacher. Acha. What else he said? Acha, now there is some new point, I believe. We are done till here, no, I believe. Acha, huh. And the other thing that he said, that the teacher should not push the student into the molds, right? It should not be something that he has created some mold and he tries to push his students into that mold to make them whatever he has created in his mind, right? Actually, the next very thing what he says.
This last sentence is quite confusing. Teachers should not push students to a mold. So, mold, does it mean the pattern which is given by the establishment, or the mold which is teacher has
both.
taught?
The both. It could be given by the government. It could be, I myself could have some mold. I feel this thing is right and this thing is wrong. You should be like this. So this is also not right. I should tell you what is right, what is wrong, and then you should decide that what you want to be, what type of personality you want to be developed in. Okay. Acha ji. Now what he says he says there is a very serious problem. And what is that very serious problem? That the teachers who hold unapproved opinions. Unapproved opinion means those opinions which is not approved by the government or the people. The teachers who hold unapproved opinions are expected to be quiet about it, right? And even to teach approved untruths. If a teacher does have some opinion which is not approved by the government or by the society or whatsoever, so this very person, even though it is the correct opinion, but he is supposed to be quiet about it. Rather, he has to, right? He has to teach that thing which he thinks which is untrue. He does know the truth, but he is supposed to deliver the approved untruth because it is approved by the bodies who are controlling the education system. I know something is right, but I should not talk about it. I should not teach that things to you. Why? Because it is not approved. I am not allowed to say that thing. But what I am supposed, even though I know the truth, but I am supposed to teach you the untruth thing because that untruth is approved. And what I know, that is unapproved.
Please repeat that sentence again.
Okay.
A teacher who holds.
Teachers who hold unapproved opinions. Unapproved opinions are expected to be quiet about them. Expected. Huh? To be quiet about them. And even to teach approved untruths. Approved untruths. Right?
Yes.
Acha. Now what he says? He says this thing is happening. So what is the result of this very thing? The result is this, that the students are the people who are learning. If they are smart enough, if they are adults, if they do have brain in their skull, so they find it out. They know it is wrong. But what happens that instead to fixing the matters, what happens? They become negative. Getting me? How? Like I'm telling you untruth. You know she's telling us untruth. But now what happens? Like you have groomed in such an environment that you'll not try to like fix that thing. Okay, I should make the matters fix. You'll not try to improve the matters, but you'll become very negative. The society is like this. The teaching system is like this. There's like nothing, there's no room for improvement, there's no hope in the world, everything is untrue. So the learner becomes like this, cynical. Right? The students are the learners, they become cynical. Instead of try to improve the matters. Extremely negative about the things, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
May I say something?
Huh?
Last night
Cynical.
I read one quotation which is about the truth and the lie. And that was in Urdu. They said that झूठ सोचने का मजा तब आता है जब आपको सच पहले से पता हो.
And you know the truth, and I keep on telling you, lie. What will happen? There will be a stage where you will start thinking that the person like her is telling the lie, everything is like, there is no room for hope. Like the whole society is corrupt. And we do this all the time. What we keep on saying, we're saying everyone is corrupt. We have become cynical. Right? Achha. Then what is there? Now he's talking about the overworked teachers, okay? Overworked teachers. Overworked teachers. Overworked teachers. He says that the teachers who are overworked, what happened to them? The overworked teachers, what happened to them? They become stressed. Right? They become stressed, obviously. If the teachers are overworked, they become stressed, and the private teachers would relate with it. Achha. And what happens? They become out of touch with the new knowledge of their own subject. Yes or no? What is happening? Whatever is happening, there is something new in every field. Yes or no? But if a teacher is overworked, the teacher is not finding time. What will he do? The time which he will find, he will try to relax in that very time, rather than go on internet and search what is happening in his field. Yes or no? So what is the result of that very thing? That the same very thing, I have been taught by someone the same very thing, I am teaching same very thing to you people. If I am overworked. So what is there? Like if the teacher is overworked, so the result is this, that the teacher becomes cut off from the new knowledge which he could gather and deliver to the students. Yes? Okay. The next thing what he said, he's talking about the moral effects of falsehood. Okay? The moral effects of falsehood. Falsehood. He says that teaching the falsehood to the students, it is an indefensible crime, you could say. This is indefensible. If someone who does not know anything and you are teaching them falsehood, can you defend this act morally?
No.
The child has come to you. He's like, he does not know anything. He is totally depending on you, that what you will be telling to him, and you are teaching him falsehood. So what you are doing, like morally, you cannot defend this thing. You know the truth and you are teaching the untruth. You are giving him the false things. So this act of you is indefensible. Yeah? Morally. Acha. Here he talks about like this point is clear, na? Acha. He also gives the example of physician. Independence of physician, the doctors. Right? Independence of physicians. What he says,